I don't know why anybody should be surprised that, of course, the next game I'm playing is Sherlock Holmes. This is obviously Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper. So this is one of the ones that I have never played before. This will be new for me. I'm super excited. All these older ones I haven't played, so I'm super looking forward to it. Not sure how it's gonna start out. Oh, my music is still playing.
In the name of
I apologize.
Fog in our apartment than in the street.
There we go.
You are right, Watson, but this evening is never ending, and I have nothing to do but make smoke rings. A more amusing pastime would suit better, but my doctor is against it.
Perhaps a little tune on the violin.
My heart is not in it tonight, Watson. Have you noticed how this cigarette burns? Would you not say it is like a life being consumed? How many lives will end tonight in London? How many crimes will be committed within the life of a single cigarette? Ah, the vanity of existence. It is but complaints and smoke, the meagre panache of its sickly soul.
The tobacco is giving you very somber thoughts. I am certain that this inactivity will not last. Let's retire. You'll be in better humour tomorrow.
Reason speaks. Let's to bed.
Reason speaks. Let's to bed. That's a weird way to say that. So it seems like this is going to be one where you can walk around again. Like the Arsene Lupin one. Chapel, London. Okay. 31st of August, 1888, 3:20 a.m. I don't know who designed this writing on this, but it's cool.
Come this way, my lovely. We'll have a right good time. Wait, let me help you. Oh, it's my hair that pleases you.
Murder. We are watching murder. Ewy. We just watched a murder.
The news is as dark as the sky, Holmes. An inquest has been opened into the murder of a poor woman in the East End. The unfortunate girl was discovered last night, lying in the street, still warm. The murderer was filled with an incredible savagery. Oh, the article gave me shivers
Yeah, the
down
Ripper
my spine.
was not nice.
The inspectors in charge of the case don't seem to have even the slightest lead. A similar murder took place less than a month ago.
Ah, love. A romantic walk, a kiss in the moonlight, a polite refusal, a terrible anger, and a hanging.
This area of Whitechapel is a disgrace to London. The government should take serious note of what is going on there.
Whitechapel? This woman was found in Whitechapel?
Yes, indeed. Bucks Row, to be specific.
Then it was not a question of romance, but of commerce. Unless these women actually take pleasure in the vice, the female nature is completely...
Holmes, do you hear yourself? A woman is dead under unspeakable circumstances. No less than any other, she was a human and one of Her Majesty's subjects. None of these streetwalkers of which you speak have any other way to survive but by selling their bodies. You know as well as I that our era is not a gentle one, and these women don't have much to look forward to. Some grace, if you would. Do not refuse them your compassion.
Do not say another word, my dear Watson. We shall leave immediately for Whitechapel.
To the scene of the crime?
No, I think it would be better to arrive there a bit later once night has fallen. At the moment, the spot will be overrun by police officers and spectators. It will be impossible to investigate properly.
Then where are we going, Holmes?
The best thing to do would be to head to the police station and attempt to get a copy of the preliminary reports.
But the article in the Star seemed quite complete to me.
You must know, Watson, that journalists often draw conclusions from the facts without a proper understanding of how to do this delicate task. We must obtain the reports from the inspector in charge, as well as those from the coroner.
Very well, Holmes, but all the same.
It seems to me that I have a map of London somewhere, Watson. Can you find it and locate Whitechapel while I get ready?
You are too kind, Holmes. Searching through your mess?
There we go. Sorry I was so quiet. I was just letting the scene play out. Alright. I am probably not going to read all the stuff also, by the way. Just so you guys know. Okay, so if I want to use the keyboard, okay. That's the same, which is nice.
This is the coal bucket in which Holmes keeps his cigars. What a funny idea. Holmes uses this old Persian slipper to hold his pipe tobacco. Colonel Gordon, during the last adventure of the resident patient. This is how Holmes stores his post. Thank goodness his clients don't see this. A map of London, at last. Well, well, Holmes has received some French champagne with a card, a gift from a young admirer, signed Raoul d'Andrecy. Who on earth could that be?
No idea, my friend.
Holmes's experiment table. The Adventure of the Dancing Men. I remember it well. The Queen's initials done in bullet holes. Good old Holmes. Holmes's violin. He doesn't play nearly enough, if you ask me. Treaty on Cornish, the Celtic dialect of Cornwall. And here, medieval pottery. How can Holmes possibly read such things?
I don't know. How can he?
I found
Police
the map,
station.
Holmes, and I was able to locate the Whitechapel police station.
Congratulations, Watson. Come, the game is afoot. You can
The
read the
game's
article
afoot.
to me on the way.
I like this guy's voice better than the last guy's
We
voice.
have arrived, Watson, in Whitechapel.
Not very bright, and what cold. A typical London morning.
Come,
Oh,
Watson,
I'm all
let's find this
yummy
police
over here.
station.
Oh, I'm controlling Sherlock now.
Well, this station isn't very well kept, I say.
It's a local outpost, Watson. The daily tasks that confront these constables are not the easiest, and they are poorly paid.
This police station is like a laundry. What a scandal.
Shut up, Watson. You're being judgy.
These archives are impressive. I bet they have been carefully conserved, classified and indexed in order to follow the evolution of criminality in this area with extreme precision. Wouldn't you say, Holmes?
Given their condition, more likely for lighting the furnace, Watson.
Sure, let's talk to this
Gentlemen,
guy.
welcome.
Hello, I would like to speak with the Chief Inspector, if you please.
Constable Humphreys here. I am the only one in at the moment. What do you want with the chief?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am...
Sherlock Holmes? The detective that I read about in the papers? Well, that's a treat, that is. You come about the Buck Road case, have you? Indeed.
Not at all. We were just passing by chance. You say that there was a crime recently.
You don't know? You must be the only folk in London who haven't heard.
It won't be long until you find the culprit, no doubt.
Nothing is less certain. Suspects 0. Clues 0. It's not good for us, especially not in this district.
Listen, this isn't what I came here for, but if I can be of service, in a confidential capacity, of course, if you can entrust me with a copy of the preliminary reports, I could study them and return later with my conclusions.
It's just that these are official documents. I can't take a decision like that without the inspectors. The sooner we know the facts in the file, the sooner we can be of help, my friend. Say, if you are Sherlock Holmes, you can find anything, isn't that true? With your magnifying glass, footprints?
My performances are often embellished by my biographer.
Ah, good. Good. I will give you the reports, but could you do me a small favour first? During my rounds, I dropped a leather folder containing some papers. Nothing of importance, but it's a big mistake. I would go looking for it myself, but I am stuck here on duty. I must have lost it near the seedy boarding house not far from here. Left when you leave the courtyard and left again in the lane. Perhaps you could go, ask around. We shall
Okay.
see what we can do.
If I must.
Are we going to go look for these documents?
Why not? It'll give us an occasion to take a tour of the district, Watson.
Wrong button.
Pardon me, but can you give me some information?
If it's to file a complaint, you should go to the station.
Okay, what you do, man?
I have nothing to ask. Commercial Street.
If you have the means, I can let you pass before everyone. but behind me.
Commercial Street.
Say it was left when he leaves the courtyard and left again in the lane. Perhaps you could ask her.
If you have the means, I can let you pass before everyone. But behind me.
Thought that was a different lady. It was the same lady, apparently.
Excuse me, my good man.
Nasty weather, eh?
Yeah, this part of town doesn't look so hot.
Whitechapel Street.
Hello.
Pardon me, but can you give me some information?
Excuse me, sir. I'm in a hurry.
Yeah, no one's giving me any info here. Does it show where I am? Came down here and I went through. Come over here somewhere. I don't know. Let's see. I don't remember how to sprint. Alright, hold on. Let me start again. What did he say? The seedy boarding house, not far from here. Left when you leave the courtyard and left again in the lane. Perhaps you could ask him.
I have nothing to ask.
Me, this is left again.
Excuse me, my good man.
Nah, time to chat. I've got business. Got it?
Yeah. Got business, got it.
Pardon me, but can you give me some information?
Excuse me, sir. I'm in a hurry.
Dude looks like he's asleep. No, he's awake. Oh, hello.
My sister saw something strange last night. Even though a man who wasn't drunk for a change didn't see nothing.
I have nothing to ask. Closed.
You're in a rush, my pretty? Come, I'll have you done so quickly you'll only have time to pay.
Alright then.
I have no reason to go that way. I have nothing to ask.
Yep, I'm officially lost. I officially do not know where I'm going. Even though he's told me where to go. Dispensary. The Black Lion. It is.
A gathering, Holmes. And policemen. Let's go see, perhaps.
No, Watson, we have some business to take care of, and we are better off remaining discreet.
Okay.
I have no reason to go that way.
Well, I have no idea where we're supposed to be going, so, you know, this is fucking helpful. It doesn't show me where, like, my character is. I went through this arch. Or I went this way, I should say.
Pardon me, but can you give me some information?
So, my lord, you looking for love? True love?
No. I'm looking for a stupid boarding house. I'm dumb. It was probably like right in front of my face and I missed it this entire time. Left. Brothels closed. Heh.
Closed. Good day, sir. You wouldn't happen
Oh
to
my
have
goodness,
seen
I
a
find
leather
the
folder on
person
the
I need to
ground
talk to.
around here, would you?
Good day, gentlemen. Finley, caretaker of this building. Here to serve. And yes, less than an hour ago. But some of the local urchins picked it up and God only knows where it might be now.
That's unfortunate. This police bag contained documents that the local police will miss.
You're inspectors.
Not at all. I am Dr. Watson, and this is Sherlock Holmes, the detective.
Sherlock Holmes, the great detective. You must be here about last night's murder. Have you discovered the identity of the poor woman?
Indeed, I'd only to read the papers.
Mine is dated from this morning, and it does not say who it is.
I'm not really engaged in this case, but if I can help the police, I will do so willingly.
Oh, to be sure. I've been told that Inspector Aberline is in charge. A very capable man.
Uh-huh.
So, according to you, I have no chance of finding this folder then?
Indeed. But I, on the other hand, should be able to find it. Do me a favour in exchange. A vagrant comes almost every night to sleep in one of the nooks not far from my windows. He coughs, howls, sometimes even sings. He's quite hefty and I don't dare approach him. I've lost 3 tenants because of him. If it's you who speaks to the police, they will take this matter more seriously. Tell them about the captain. They'll know who you're talking about. In the meantime, I'll find your police bag.
Okie dokie.
Let's go to the police station.
Yes, let's. Let's talk to
So,
this guy. All
gentlemen,
that
have
fucking
you found
traveling
my
around,
police
and it was
bag?
right there. Right where he said it was going to be. Ridiculous.
Not quite yet. Do you know a vagrant who goes by the name of the Captain?
Captain? Yes, an old sailor, strong as a Turk and tattooed from head to toe. The drink has turned him into a derelict.
He appears to be causing some problems for the caretaker of the building at the end of the street.
What do you want us to do? Every night, stairwells, halls, and porches become public dormitories, and people don't only come to sleep. I believe this man has a niece who puts him up sometimes. Her lodgings are in Commercial Street, right after the alley with the boarding house. You won't forget my folder, will you? Do you believe this woman will agree to have her uncle stay with her?
No idea. Oh well, let's go see her just the same.
Oh, you're fucking wasted. Wait, no.
Commercial Street. There. This is where the niece of the captain must live. Good day, miss. Would you happen to be the niece of the man known as the captain?
Oh, yes, that would be me. What has he done this time? He isn't... Oh my god, I'm on my way.
Miss, we have come to ask if you could have your uncle come live with you. He sleeps under the windows of a boarding house, causes the caretaker no end of problems.
I know. I've lodged him for a while, and he was the same here. My landlord made me kick him out. I'm ashamed, you know. I never should have, given the state of his health. He coughs day and night.
There might be a way to calm his cough. I am a doctor. I could examine him.
You went to see a doctor at the clinic, but the medicine costs too much. I can hardly pay my rent.
We will see to it. Where might your uncle be found?
I don't know. He must be in the vicinity, but I don't know exactly where.
There might be a way to
You went to see...
We will
I don't know.
We will find him.
Holmes, this is serious. Find an alcoholic in Whitechapel? A needle in a haystack would be easier.
Come, dear doctor, let's trust to our lucky star. Moreover, we also have our informers, remember?
Are you referring to those brats to whom you are always giving charity?
Exactly, my secret police. Some of them must surely roam in this area. It suffices to find them. Hello, young man. How are you?
I recognize him. It's the lad who sells newspapers, who is always calling outside our windows at Baker Street early in the morning.
Hello, Mr. Holmes. It's a treat to see you again. What can I do?
Captain.
Would you happen to know an old sailor who goes by the name of the captain?
Sorry,
A
I'm
poor
not
man
being
who
very
licks the bottle a
talkative.
bit
There's
hard.
just a lot of
Of course, Mr.
dialogue right
Holmes.
now, so
He's
it's
there at
like
the end of the street. Round to the left he is.
I want to let it
But
play
be
out.
careful. He can be a tough customer, that one.
Very good, my young man. The doctor will give you a little something. Watson?
Huh? I say, Holmes?
Is he always such a skinflint with you, Mr. Holmes? Well, thanks to you, Mr. Holmes. Anytime you need me.
Cool. I missed everything he said. At the end of the street, round to the left. Isn't that the same kid?
Come, my lord. A little coin? Oi!
Excuse me, my good man.
Leave me alone.
Hi. All up in my grill. Why you all up in my grill, Watson? Up in my grill. He's really close, like, look how close he is. He's all up in my grill. That's funny. Okay. Let's see.
I have nothing to ask. Excuse me, my good man.
We don't much like people with your looks round here. Understood?
I'm just looking for someone, yo.
Come, my lord, a little coin. Oi!
I have no reason to go that way.
Did I get the street wrong? It was there.
Come, my lord, a little coin. Oi! I can hear someone coughing more than is natural, Holmes.
Yes, Watson. The poor man cannot be too far away. If, in order to listen to us, this man imposes as condition that we find his pet cockroach, there will be another murder in Whitechapel today, Watson. Yours.
Ah! He is in a critical state, Holmes. He has barely a month left.
Is there a way, dear doctor, to ensure that this last month passes in silence?
Really, Holmes, sometimes you... Oh, really? I will make note of some medicine to get immediately that will relieve his pain.
Very well. I will locate an apothecary or a clinic. I have nothing to ask.
I don't. Dead end. Lucy's lodgings. Boarding house. Clinic.
This building is a clinic.
Good day, sir. Dr. Gibbons. You aren't from around these parts.
Indeed, Doctor. It is for someone from your neighborhood that I am here, though. His doctor asked...
That glitched out. Okay.
Dr. Watson? Not from round here neither. This medication is quite dear. Certain documents are necessary to obtain them for free.
I don't have it. You'll have to accept my spare change. Will it be enough?
Enough to relieve your patient for a month. Would you like me to make this prescription available after that time?
According to Dr. Watson, that won't be necessary.
The possibility of a recovery?
A definitive one, yes.
There, sir.
Thank you. It's rather quiet here.
An unusual chain of events. The majority of the people hereabouts went out last night to see the great fire at the warehouse. The patients that I was minding and my staff were no exception. The former were dramatically healed, and the latter ended up sick. And with the murder last night, most of the people who weren't working wandered over to the scene of the crime. Their little aches and pains will wait until tonight or tomorrow.
A squalid murder, it would seem.
Just like what this area has become.
Alrighty.
My thanks, Doctor.
Not at all.
Here we go. Not that one. Map.
Find the medicine, Holmes. We must make haste.
I did find the medicine.
Holmes. We must make haste.
Do I have to select it?
Here is the medication, Watson. Is our man movable?
He should be able to stand in a few minutes and will no longer be suffering from his cough before long.
Consider the affair resolved. Accompany him to his niece's while I return to the boarding house, and then join me at the police station. Let's return to the boarding house.
Talk to
I
this
have good news for you,
guy,
Mr.
get
Finley.
my
We
shit
have sent
back.
the captain to stay with a relative, and he shouldn't bother you for a while.
I also have some good news. I have your police bag.
Thank you. I bid you good day.
Oh, it was nothing. Tell me, one of my wife's friends lost...
Another day, Finley. Another day. Let's go to the police station.
Another day, my friend. Another day. I'll just walk. It's literally right around the corner. These ladies, these solicitors are in very nice outfits. Makes you wonder just how much they get paid.
So, what news do you have, Mr. Holmes?
Are you sure it's the police bag that you lost?
Yes, but someone attempted to force it open. They didn't succeed, but now the lock is stuck. Perhaps you could...
Let's see.
Are they all supposed to have the same numbers in them or something? Well, this is annoying. Oh my lordy, this is annoying. Okay. Can't get that 5 and 6 in the right spot. Oh my goodness, I might have to look this up. This is just crazy. It's crazy town. I can't get this stupid thing. Ah. So let's reset this. Bottom right times 2. Bottom left times 2. Bottom right 1. Bottom left times 2. Upper 1 times 2.
All done.
A big
Oh,
thank
I was
you,
trying
Mr.
to order
Holmes.
them in the wrong
Think nothing of
fucking
it, my
way.
friend. So, the reports.
Why don't you wait till the inspectors get back? You would certainly learn more.
If I wanted to meet the inspectors, I would have done so. So, give me the preliminary reports, and above all, do not mention my visit to anyone. Is that clear?
Sure, if that's what you want. Here are the reports.
Thank you.
He's very bossy. Okay. Death of Pauline Nichols. Her throat had been cut from left to right. Okay.
Have you obtained the preliminary reports?
Yes, we'll read them on the go. Let's to the scene of the crime at Bucks Row, Watson.
Let us go see the murder scene.
But what are all these people doing here, Holmes?
Apparently, they came to see the scene of the crime.
What about us? Aren't we going to see it?
We will return this evening, Watson. The circumstances shall be ideal for carrying out our little experiments.
Later
Watson,
that
we're
day.
at the scene of the Polly Nichols murder. Imagine the victim lying at the spot where she was found and try to discern all of the clues we can. Watson, you are a writer. I am therefore entrusting you with our deduction board. It will help us to establish certain facts.
Understood, Holmes.
Stood Holmes?
The body was lying on its back, legs straight and slightly apart. The skirt had been lifted up to the middle of the body. The left hand was touching the barn door.
Hold on, I'm not.
The body was still warm. Let's reread the preliminary report for the details on the wounds inflicted upon this poor woman. The body was still warm. Let's reread the preliminary. There is a black bonnet near the left hand. Let's look at this poor woman more closely. The throat was slit from left to right. There are 2 incisions. There is a bruise on the left cheek. There is a bruise at the level of the right maxilla. A small pool of blood, 6 inches in diameter. A small pool of blood, 6 inches in diameter. The throat was slit from left to right. There are 2 incisions. The tongue is swollen. No marks on the ground. The ground is muddy. The body was still warm. There is a black bonnet near the left.
This spot is deserted, Holmes. The prostitutes only come here to exercise. This spot is deserted, Holmes. The prostitutes only come here to exercise.
I love how he says exercise.
Bucks Row. No signs of blood. No signs of blood. There is only one streetlight lit on this street, Watson, and this spot is particularly poorly lit. Well, Watson, we have found all of the possible clues, I think.
Oh my
We will
goodness,
now
that was a
attempt
lot of
to
clues
recreate
to
the
try and
scene of the
find.
murder. Come closer, Watson. I have to make you up.
I have to
You are
meet you up.
joking, Holmes? I feel ridiculous, Holmes.
I mean,
Now,
don't you
Watson,
always?
come and stand here in front of me. You shall play the role of the poor woman, and I shall play that of the murderer. Let's try to reconstruct the facts to ensure the final result corresponds indisputably to the way that Polly
I mean,
Nichols
let's
was
not,
killed.
because they were probably making out.
Yes, it's quite possible the events occurred like this.
Okay. Yeah, blah, blah.
I hope that, as with the real murder, nobody had to witness all of that, Watson. If the murderer used his right hand astride his victim, there wasn't much room.
Okay.
No, I don't think that things went like that. The murderer didn't attempt to stab his victim in the stomach. This position is a possibility. The murderer would have used his knife in his right hand. Plausible, but not likely. No, I don't think that things went like that. The murderer didn't attempt to stab his victim in the stomach. No, had the victim had her throat slit while standing, there would naturally be blood on the walls.
Okay. So standing was definitely choking.
This position isn't very comfortable either. No, there is no reason the murderer would be positioned like this. The grip would be awkward.
Yeah, so my first
Yes, it's
assumption was
quite
correct.
possible the events occurred like this.
And then
The murderer had enough room to inflict the wounds to the neck, and these wounds suggest the left hand was used.
there we go. I had to switch the hand.
My dear Watson, now that we have found all of our clues, nothing remains but to subject them to our most likely hypotheses in order to deduce the facts.
The Vex. Sorry, I should be talking and trying to work this out while I'm going, but I'm thinking. No, because the thumb was on the, no. Right hand. And so it doesn't have to be like a strong man, per se. Let's see. Black bonnet near the left hand, poor little street, only go down here to exercise. Okay. Wasn't afraid. Uh-huh. Okay, victim had her throat slit, no traces of blood on the walls. Didn't have her throat slit, little pool of blood. Didn't flow in strong spurs, dirty and damp ground. I mean, I guess he could've. Maybe? Yeah. So, does red mean it's wrong? I'm confused. So those ones are correct. And these ones are wrong, maybe? The murderer was standing in front of the victim to strangle her. Left hand. Left to right. Killer is left-handed. I don't know. There we go. Okay. And 2 knives? I don't know how to make these correct. Left-handed, okay. Gag to the victim by gripping tightly. I'm gonna go with that. I don't know how to make this not incorrect. Huh? Uh-huh. So that I got correct. Wasn't dragged. She was choked. Took place on the premises. Yeah. Okay. Right hand. Okay.
The
There
victim
we
was
go.
most probably dead before being laid down. Once the heart stopped,
Just had to
gravity
change a
drained the
couple
body
answers.
slowly,
Jeezums,
not in a heavy
bejeezums.
spurt that would have stained half the street.
Thank you, Holmes. I understand why you told me not to change clothes. Do you realize that our behavior didn't alarm anyone?
The victim's ordeal was even more discreet. By acting in silence, we have confirmed something. The crime definitely took place here. The victim and her murderer were able to come here without making any noise.
Sorry if there's any
And
noise in the
afterwards,
background.
murder
There's
took
people
place
outside.
without the slightest cry being uttered. Come, Watson, let's go home. We have spent far too long in this sinister alley. And so, my dear Watson, the day and night which we passed in Whitechapel were enlightening, weren't they?
An
Sure.
adventure that I most certainly will never relate. To be in the skin of that poor woman. I prefer not to speak of it further. But have we really learned anything about the murderer? Obviously a man, given the necessary strength.
We have little to go on, at least no more than the police. But in my opinion, Inspector Aberline has a trick or two up his sleeve. No, I want to talk about the facts and what we can draw from them. We know where the crime was committed and under what conditions. I would like to ask you about the possible motives for the crime. According to you, Watson, what could have pushed the murderer to act in such a way?
I mean, because they're shitbag people. Let's see. No. Yes. Yes. Okay.
Revenge, Holmes?
Revenge could be a...
Black magic?
I'm not terribly interested in the occult or black magic. Let's give the benefit of the doubt to this motive.
Homicidal insanity, Holmes.
It is indubitable that the man who did this to Polly Nichols is not of his full senses.
A personal drama.
Love can certainly lead to many a drama, but we have to consider the fact that the victim didn't know her attacker.
Theft, perhaps.
I have a hard time believing that someone would attack poor Polly so fiercely just to rob her of a few coins.
Homicidal insanity, Holmes.
It is indubitable that the man who did this to Polly Nichols is not of his full senses.
What am I supposed to be doing?
A personal drama.
Love can certainly lead to many a drama.
Black magic?
I'm not terribly interested in the occult or black magic. Let's give the benefit of the doubt to this motive.
A personal drama?
Love can certainly lead to many a drama, but we have to consider the fact that the victim didn't know her attacker.
Theft, perhaps?
I have a hard time believing that someone would attack poor Polly so fiercely just to rob her of a few coins.
Revenge, Holmes?
Revenge could be a possible motive, but with one small reservation. We have reason to believe that the victim considered her murderer to be a typical client. Elementary.
There we
Well,
go.
Watson, I think that we've exhausted the topic. Take a rest and we'll speak again later.
Hate trying to figure out different, like, what the correct orders
it
and
would seem
everything
that the
are.
investigation is advancing, Holmes. Yesterday's Star said that a suspect is in the hands of the police, a man with a rather sinister reputation.
I was about to join you in your optimistic outlook until you informed me that the good news came from the press, Watson.
But surely they wouldn't invent the fact that the police are holding a suspect, or the acts that are attributed to him.
You will have an exact answer to these two questions in less than 50 seconds, Watson.
Pardon?
Enter, Inspector.
Good day.
He brought the
Dear
inspector
Watson,
in.
allow me to introduce Inspector Aberline, Inspector Dr. Watson.
Inspector?
To what do we owe the honour of your presence, Inspector?
I heard that the two of you made your way to Whitechapel a few days ago. Your arrival, you are aware, coincides with a very serious affair which our police service is going to great lengths to solve and which is creating strong tensions in the area.
Pardon me, but haven't you arrested someone? A certain Leather Apron?
Absolutely not. The man who hides behind this name is indeed being actively searched for by the force. Besides, nothing at the moment suggests that he is the Bucks Row murderer.
There, you've been enlightened, Watson. Now it is our turn to answer Inspector Aberline's questions.
Indeed. I will be brief and precise. Do you intend to investigate this case, or have you already started?
It is to be of service to a friend that I went to Whitechapel. We did, out of curiosity, familiarize ourselves with the preliminary reports, and we made our way to the scene of the crime. Our conclusions are slim, as are the clues. Having not been officially appointed by a client, I believe that my intervention in this business will end there.
Very well. To be frank, you take the weight off my shoulders by distancing yourself from the case. Our image isn't very good, to say nothing of what the press puts us through. Thus, if overnight they found out that you were on the case, people would turn against us.
And they would pester me, overwhelm me, and finally make me out to be responsible for the inevitable failure such a scenario entails. Neither you nor I wish for this to happen. I know that your time is precious, Inspector. I will
He's
send you a
kind
note
of a
regarding my
dick in this
conclusions
one in
shortly.
comparison
With
to the
pleasure.
last one.
Gentlemen?
Do you think that he will find the murderer?
The chances are slim to non-existent. It is 7 days now, short of a confession from the murderer himself.
And you will not go further?
You heard the Inspector, Watson. My presence in Whitechapel would hinder, which doesn't mean that we will drop the case.
How is that?
The Inspector spoke of me, but not of us. It is you, Watson, who will lead the investigation tonight. It is you who will bring to the police station the little note that I will write regarding our conclusions. Despite the late hour, there is nothing to stop you from making inquiries about this famous leather apron while you are there.
Dr. Watson to the rescue. Alrighty. I think we'll stop there for the day. Because I'm pooped in. We'll have to continue this another day.